Welcome, welcome. This is the WarDuck, and I'm here with Mr. Hardcase.
Hello,
And
everybody.
this is the bird's eye view, and I came across this article that I thought was kind of funny. It was talking about things that were way better back in the day that aren't so good now, basically. You know, like
Oh yeah.
us old people reminiscing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we like to reminisce.
So I thought we would go ahead and take a look, but it was kind of funny is I thought it was, when I first found it, it was 15 things. And then when I read the article, it was like, I saw these 15 things, and then I got 15 more things. So we're going to read all 30 of them. We'll take some turns reading some stuff here. Yeah. So we'll start on the original post. Now, this was, of course, posed by somebody in Reddit, like these things always are. It started in Reddit, and then somebody saw it, and then thought they would just, take it. BuzzFeed thought they'd write a thing on it. So here we go. All right. So the original Reddit user OpenOutcome660 posed the question: what things that used to be great but now have become really bad? Number one, MTV. It was so good back in the 90s, actual music videos, shows that feature artists, MTV Unplugged, Beavis and Butthead, EM Flux, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so now it's just reality shows. I don't know what else. I don't really...
Yeah, I remember when MTV had loads of different things, and now it's just it's weird now. Last time I can't even remember last time I actually watched MTV because it's just so weird now. It's like not what I remember MTV
they just
being.
Show like reruns of ridiculousness all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right, you're gonna read.
All right.
You'll read the even. I'll read the odds. There we go.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So, right, the internet in general, I used to be able to search Google for a subject and then get a list of reliable websites to read from. Now it's 99% crap, ad-ridden sites that all want to sell me shit I don't need. Oh yes, definitely.
I agree. And even like I was reading a thing the other day about how Google has been skewing the results to force website that show ads so they can get more revenue. I was like,
Crazy.
That's mean. All right, thrifting. All the rich kids ruined it. Not only that, but the prices really put some secondhand items these days are ridiculous. Like my wife very much used to shop at Goodwill all the time for stuff, like especially like when you're doing like camper silverware and plates, that you don't care if they're broken or what get broken or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
now, you might as well go buy it new. Like it's
yeah, definitely.
And like things for like the twins or something like that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous now.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right. OK Cupid used to be an innovative dating site with a multitude of features that distinguished it from its competitors. Everything went downhill when the Match Group bought it.
Dating site, I don't know anything about that one, so that one's kind of dumb.
Oh, I know dating sites. I've been on plenty of them. But yeah, I remember back in the day, they were pretty solid and decent and were fair. But now they're just, it's all just, it's all a load of bullshit, to be honest. It's just, like who looks the hottest and, nobody even reads your profile. So.
Date Russians and...
Oh, God, no, never to that extent. But 90% of what you get nowadays on dating sites is you get somebody to reply or match with you, and then... Yeah, it's a bot or it's some sort of scam thing where it's like, come to this website, and it's just like, oh, give it a break.
Okay, Yahoo Answers. It's dead now, but it used to be fun and worked kind of like Reddit, but the Karens took over. Couldn't even ask a simple question about cooking or anything innocent without getting a lecture. I've never really used the Google Answers or anything. I think probably because that probably started when I was a little bit older.
Yeah.
Probably I was in the military or something, didn't have tons of access to the internet or something, I'm assuming.
I do remember seeing every so often, like in Yahoo Answers and things, like in some of my searches, but like nowadays it's just, you don't even see it anymore. It's pretty much non-existent.
So far, I'm not hugely impressed with this list.
Yeah, it's been, it's okay. I can understand a few of them, but yes, hopefully it's going to get better as it goes along. So, oh, right. Flying from the incredible shrinking seats, poorly behaved people, no food, baggage fees, carry-on fees, to questions about plane safety. Well, I've never flown, so I don't really know too much about this side.
I first flew in 1996, and it was I flew from Portland, Oregon to Oklahoma to go to basic training. And,
okay.
And then I flew a lot after that because it was like flying me around a different, up to my home station and different things. And yeah, it was very different. And like, I remember like every single seat in front of you had a TV, like a little TV and stuff, and they would play movies and you could like plug your own headphones into the jacks and stuff. And now it's been a few years since I've flown, but the last time I flew, like they basically handed out like a little player for you if you wanted to pay to watch a movie.
Right. Oh, wow.
And like you can't lean back in your seat without like affecting the other person behind you now. So now like people get all pissed when you want to like anyway. Yeah. I agree. Doc Martens, yep. My wife bought a pair in 1998 and they're in great shape, obvious wear, but hold up well. The pair I bought a few years ago look just as old now. I never had a pair of Doc Martens. I never really got the fascination with them, so I don't know that one.
Yeah, I never really got into the trend of it. I knew of them and heard of them, but like I knew that like back in the day, definitely they were like the most reliable shoes, and apparently got better with age. But I could see now, obviously, like it's made cheaper, and so they just become worse quicker. So it's pretty crazy. Oh, YouTube. Try watching it for an hour without ad blocker on. It's wild. They literally penalize you for using their platform. Well, I mean, are they trying to?
I don't know what ad blocker does to it at 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one because
I don't know what the ad blocker does, but I mean, we're on YouTube. It's great to watch. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird
one. Being able to go outside, maybe not so much in the cities, but in the suburbs, there were all these open fields, forests to go into. You could stay out till the sun went down and just riding your bike. Now those fields, forests are paved over and turned into strip malls. Now, strip malls are pretty much dead. Malls in general are pretty much dead. And I live like right across the street from a giant desert, so see where I grew up, like there was all these filbert nut orchard trees, and there was these little orchards around, and we would go and ride our bikes back there and pick up nuts and throw them at the bums and. But yeah, that's all houses now that I went back there a few years ago, and that's just all houses. But I mean, there's still these areas, just maybe not where they were. But
definitely.
I agree. Like it's grown up. Even out where I live, like there's a lot of houses out here, and more than there was. But
yeah, it's the thing, population numbers always going to keep going up. So
and they can't build in the city because it's already built, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So the next place
got no room. The next place is to just branch out further and further. So
next place is where you are because that's the closest place to go.
Yeah. All right. Number 10, cooking websites. Everyone knows the struggle of scrolling through 273 paragraphs of bullshit before getting to the recipe, but now some actual. Is that
Antichrist? Yeah.
Antichrist websites are putting a second page inside the first, where after you get past the 273rd paragraph, it's like, now click here for the recipe. Rage-inducing. God, yes, it sounds horrid.
I'm glad I don't cook, because that would fucking drive me nuts.
Yeah, that would be. Oh God, yeah. I wouldn't. Oh yeah, I'm not much of a cooking person, but yeah, God, that would. I think I would like rip the book up or punch the screen. You know.
AAA games. They used to be really good, but now it's just big companies putting out unfinished games because they know they will sell. We've talked about this before. Half-assing it video. If you haven't seen that video, go watch that video. I fully agree with this. And not only is it half-assed games, it's like it's like whatever number 4 or 6 or 10, like come up with a new idea already. Good God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't just rinse and repeat the same thing.
Yeah.
Try and do something a bit original.
Or worse, try to do the same thing except cut out all the actual gameplay and do some bullshit like Fallout 76.
Tables and
Another one you won't know anything about.
What, Fallout 76?
No, the number 12.
Oh God! Oh right! Oh yeah, Cars. Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of know that game. I played a bit. Oh yeah, Cars. They used to be awesome, affordable, and flexible. Now they're the monthly pieces of crap and highly overcharged. They're faster than they used to be, maybe, but the cost isn't worth the parts, and they will fail so easily.
So I've
heard many friends tell me how much their cars break down all the goddamn time. So
I have a 2013 car. I have a 2003 truck and another 1963 car. I am fully on board with this notion. I think new cars are pieces of junk. And well, not only do they break easy because they're not meant to be around that long because everybody wants to just replace it, but it's like impossible to fix it. They make it damn near impossible without like special tools or some kind of stuff. I'm telling you, to change the flipping headlight in my 2013 car, you have to take the wheel off, take the cover that goes underneath the car that separates the open air from the engine bay, and then jam your arm in there as it scrapes all your skin and hair off to get the freaking bulbs so you can... dude, it is the most infuriating thing in the world. Yeah, I fully agree with this.
I mean, just starting with taking off the steering wheel, that's like
the tire,
side of
tire. Taking off the tire.
Oh, the tire. Oh, right.
Did I say steering wheel? Sorry, I meant the tire.
Yeah,
I was already so frustrated by even talking about it that I...
I was like, wow, you got to start by taking off the steering wheel to get to your light? Dang.
You have to take the tire off so you can get to the plastic piece that covers the whole bottom of the car. So you can take that off and then jam... Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Hollywood. Yeah, that's for sure. They ran out of ideas. This is the same thing with games, dude. Nobody's original anymore. All you can do is reproduce the same thing, recast it, and label it progressive, and then throw it back out there and be like, oh, look, we remade this movie, Cinderella 35. Oh, and it's like, come on.
Yeah, it's crazy that there's never really much. There's more fresh new ideas on the decline, and all they're doing now is just taking everything that was old that most people don't remember, revamping it a little bit and going, haha, new film.
I am completely convinced that people, because of TV and video games and tablets and stuff, kids have zero imagination nowadays, and then when they grow up, they never developed it. I'm convinced that's why that we don't have any new ideas anymore. That's my reasoning. That's why we totally limit the girls' screen time. They don't get the phones. I swear to God, my girls will never have phones until they drive.
That's smart. It's good. All right. Geocaching. A few years ago, it used to be amazing, good fun. But the app is basically killing it because you have to pay for everything.
I don't know what that is.
it was a thing that came about where like literally you had an app that like gave you a location on the map around you. You go find this location and there'd be something there buried or like hidden, and then you find it and you're like, wait, you either take the item. I think it was like on this honor system of like if you took the item you had to replace it with something. Like you didn't have to be equal value, it just had to be replaced by something
Yeah.
or something along those lines. It was really weird. My friend did it
That actually
once and
sounds really like it would have been fun.
yeah,
Damn,
I thought
I'm
that as
kind of
well.
sad
I
I
thought it'd be
missed out
good
on
fun,
that.
but yeah, I wish I did give it a try. Like, I hate to know what it's like now. Like, I'm sure, like, probably
Yeah.
every place has been ransacked and everything's stolen.
Hey,
So,
put dirt in there. Hey,
yeah,
replace it with
yeah.
something.
I'll
And
replace it with this twig. Yeah, there we go.
and finally, the search to buy your first home used to be exciting, fulfilled with choices. Now, take it or leave it. It's overpriced homes you can't afford in the terrible neighborhoods. Yeah, okay. So we bought our first house. It was a flipping disaster, dude. We were in Seattle, and at the time we were looking to buy like everybody else was buying.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
literally, you would go to a house like open house at 7 a.m. You would show up at 7:15, and there would be like 40 people already there. And there would already be 2 or 3 offers on a house before you ever even got to see it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
It was
crazy.
It was complete. It took us a long time to. And for me, like, it was the other problem, right? Is like it's a big purchase.
Yeah, definitely.
And like,
yeah.
so I would go in and see a house and want to go home and think about it. But like I said, they put a house up for sale and it already have 2 or 3 or 4 offers on it. It's like oh, dude, it was so bad. I hated every. It was great to like look around on the internet, but actually to go was so stressful, dude. It was so stressful.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay, here we go. Politics. We're not even gonna cover that one. We already know yeah.
We don't need to go there.
Yeah, that's really bad now.
All right. Kids' cartoons used to be way better when I was a kid than they are now. God, what's that say? Jen or Jim? What?
Jim.
Can't read.
It was
Jem and the Holograms.
yeah,
I
it
don't
was like
remember
a
that one.
Barbie kind of girl. She was like all in pink, and I don't remember the premise of it,
right.
but I remember the
I remember Chip and Dale. I know of them.
the Rescue Rangers.
Yeah.
Tailspin,
Tailspin doesn't sound
DuckTales.
familiar.
No.
DuckTales,
I mean,
that's classic.
even
My
like
Little
Tom
Pony,
and Jerry,
Yeah, Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny, all Looney Tunes.
Donald Duck.
Yep.
Now, like a lot of like the Donald Ducks, like they can't even show anymore because.
Yeah, they just can't show the old school stuff anymore.
Well, I know because you remember like every once in a while there would be like somebody would be a Nazi.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
one of the
definitely.
like they would be yeah they can't.
Yeah, some of the old school programs are really dicey now.
I know, and the
you won't be able
girls
to get away with it.
the girls like they watch a cartoon and I'm watching it for a little while. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, you like this? They're all, oh yeah. I'm like, oh god, dude.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's weird the kids programs nowadays. Yeah.
Concerts. I remember being able to go for a show for $15, 15 to 30, see 3 to 5 bands in a scummy, poorly lit bar. Everyone had so much fun just knowing the music. Now you never find a show under $50 unless it's a local unknown. Yeah. I only been to like a few concerts way back in the day, like the Grateful Dead and House of Pain came. Saw some other Bone in Cleveland. But I've never been a huge. I would have never went if somebody didn't drag me. Let's just say.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge concert fan.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to concerts, but I never had the money, so I could never really go. So it was more like I listened to everyone else going, but like, oh, cool, that's brilliant. So, but I didn't mind. Like, I mean, I prefer to listen to my music at home anyway.
Yeah.
I enjoy it more. Like, I can relax. So instead of being in a massive crowd, but everyone.
And then I can just replay it again when I like the song enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh god, this one's long. Whew.
Oh, you
Right,
don't have to read the whole thing.
magazines. Ah, it's
Just get the
fine.
point across. Just get the point across.
Yeah, true.
But we talked about
Right.
magazines too, though.
Yeah, no, yeah. So, all right, magazines. As a 90s teenager, I was a prolific buyer of each magazine for my interest. Does that say Sugar / Just 17? Oh, God, yeah. Kerrang! Yeah, I
This
remember
must have been a
Kerrang!
female that wrote
Um,
this.
yeah, yeah, probably. Kerrang! Was a metal magazine. It was pretty
Oh,
cool. Q, F1, you know, I kept them for a long time and reread them over and over. Nothing was more exciting than a new feature on one of my favorite bands. Now there are only a few left and not many for teenage girls
oh
who are
yeah.
once the biggest consumers. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. It's because what's the point of making a magazine when everyone's online now? It's just, it's pointless.
But
You might as well
even, but
publish your things
even,
online.
right? But even then,
Mm.
you could publish it online, but they generally don't,
Yeah.
right?
True,
And then half of it's all bullshit and ads any fucking way, even if it is online.
Yeah.
Movies.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Never mind. Movies in general, I feel like they used to have substance, but now everything feels like cash grab. It's the same kind of thing as the other one. I fully agree.
Yeah.
Everything's a rewrite. Everything's a recast with the same plot. Like, no imagination. And I don't know. I feel like from the olden days, acting has gone down also.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Here and there, yeah.
Like...
It's definitely, in these generations coming up, there's not a lot of greats that have risen from the newer generation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, my generation before, like, there's so many great actors still out there, like, of that generation. But, yeah, it's definitely gone downhill a little bit, but...
I mean, I can't even really name, like, a super famous actor on the level of, you know, like the guys like Sean Connery or Clint Eastwood and those guys, right? Those guys were at another level, and I don't see any of the new people like that kind of, I don't want to say famous or celebrity, but that kind of level of acting, I guess. I don't know.
Talent would probably be the best word. Like, you know what I mean? They just have that natural born gift of talent to, you know, and that charisma of like that draws you in and makes you like enjoy what they do. Like a lot of people, like up and coming actors, like they don't have anything. Like for me, especially, I love films, so you'll see why because I'm a bit passionate about it. But yeah, the younger actors, you don't feel so much of a connection as like, you know, all the greats, as you said, you know, like Al Pacino, Robert Downey Jr., Robert De Niro, like all the greats, like they have such a charisma and a passion that you get pulled into them and you're just like, this is awesome. But
Do you
I know what you
think...
mean. Like nowadays, like yeah, I hardly could name any like new up and coming actors or anything like that. I can, they're all kind of the same to me, really.
Now, is it there's no talent level, or is now the movie's just so bad you can't get there? You can't get to that acting level because the movie's just bad.
I don't know. I think if the actor's good enough, it doesn't matter how bad the film is, because it matters how they perform in it and give the performance. So if they're making a rocking performance, it doesn't matter how bad the thing is. Their performance will shine through the bad dialogue or film.
I miss Johnny
Because there's
Depp.
been many films that, yeah, Johnny Depp is a good example. Like he has a lot of films that a lot of people don't like, but because he's such a good actor, it's still good regardless. Like, so yeah, it's definitely a good example.
Right, here's one right up your alley. Here you go.
Oh yeah, makeup. Yeah, of course. Love it. All right, makeup in the 90s, early 2000s. You needed concealer, eyeliner, eyeshadow, mascara, and some lip stuff to get the standard attractive look. True. Now social media makes it seem like you need 100 different. Oh God, I'm not going to list all
Yeah,
those
whatever.
goddamn
We get
things
the
off,
point.
but
Hey,
yeah, get the point.
Just
Yeah,
put the
it's
mask
definitely...
on. The guys won't know if you're ugly or not. And then they don't have to wait until the morning time to see. You just take your mask off, and then they get the clearest picture. You know. Yeah. Before it used to be you had to wake up the next morning.
Yeah. I still think somebody needs to invent the makeup shotgun from The Simpsons. I want somebody to make that. That'd be amazing.
Country music. It was once good. Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings. See, I don't even like country, and those are all names I know.
Yeah, I know.
But now it's just guys with hardcore Southern accents talking about losing their wife, tractor truck, and some other shit.
Yep. Oh dear. Oh, another driving one.
Oh god.
All right.
Maybe we should switch. You get all the.
Yeah, I know. I seem to get ones that I have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's fine. I just don't understand how it can be so hard for people to handle the simplest maneuvers, such as braking, driving straight forward, and looking through a few windows. Today's drivers suck ass.
You know what it is,
true,
though?
like...
It's not... Okay, some of it is the skill of drive. There's some really unskilled drivers. I think it's really a sign of society, the lack of empathy or caring about anybody else. It's very much, I'm the most important one, so I can drive or do whatever I want, and it doesn't really matter what anybody else is doing. I really think that's where a lot of the driving problems come from. Now, I do live in a retirement area where people like to retire, and they're super old, so there is definitely some skill problems with driving, but for sure.
That's only going to enhance your skill, because you got to navigate through all of it.
Yeah. But then it makes me look like an asshole weaving out of the way of fucking some old jackass fucking trying to turn without using their blinker and stopping right in front of you or some shit. God. All right. Number 9, American fast food. I grew up in the 70s, and while fast food was never considered healthy, back then it was more real and Whole Foods and the Franken food that it's become. I don't know. Like, I think fast food has always been a bit suspect.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of fast food that I was like, wow, this is kind of healthy. You know, fast food was never about really being Whole Foods or good. It was about, hey, I don't want to cook dinner and I can go to an order and it'll give me this in 2 minutes. Now, takes you 15 minutes and costs you as much as it does to sit down somewhere. So I do agree fast food has definitely gone downhill. And like I said, I ain't eaten at McDonald's since 1992. So I worked there for 2 days, and that was the last time I ever eaten there. So, all right, down the home stretch.
All right. Where are we? Right, number 10, right. Streaming. Back when Netflix moved away from sending DVDs in the mail. Yeah, I remember that. They turned to streaming. You had everything you wanted in one place for one small price. Now there are about 15 different streaming platforms. That is true, yeah.
Although I do agree, this isn't from when we were growing up. This is 4 years ago.
I do remember when Netflix first came about. I remember that they did the deliveries. They delivered.
Well, do you remember when it first came out? It had some streaming, but it was DVDs, and you could only get the new releases from DVDs. The streaming never had anything new. You had to get that from the DVDs. And then they split it because they knew they were going to kill the DVD thing. And I held on to that for a super long time until I finally had to switch over. But I agree. Now there's HBO streaming, Peacock streaming, Hulu streaming, all this other fucking crap streaming. And then everybody wants to take their special shows and put on one where you can't watch on the other, which is even more annoying. So now you have to have 10 different fucking streaming things to watch a show. I don't. I say
Netflix is the biggest culprit. That each region and each country has something completely different to the other one. That's the thing that I'm like. I
have to get a VPN so I can actually watch some good shows.
Yeah, good luck with that when it comes to Netflix. I've tried.
Oh, does it work?
Not. I've been able to get it to work.
That sucks. All right. The news. It's so over sensationalized And a lot of reporters speak with the odd, frantic voices like they want you to believe that everything is the end of the world. Well, that's news nowadays goes back to the politics one. It's like, it's really like news used to be, let me report on actual happenings and you can figure out on your own what happened. Now it's let me tell you what you need to believe about what happened, whether that's the truth or not.
Yeah. That's why I don't ever watch the news.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered with it.
Yeah, I agree. All right. 12.
Ooh, theme parks. Rising crowds. Does that say rising? Oh, yeah. Rising crowds, rising ticket prices, rising costs for everything. Last time I went to Disney World, there were like 7 vloggers all in everyone's way, acting crazed to get on attractions. I wish they would all go away. Yeah, I can't imagine what it must be like nowadays. Like
I
back
haven't
in the day
been in a few years, but I know
yeah,
the girls like really want to go
time.
to Disneyland at some point, which I just completely dread because I hate Disney. But I have zero patience for a lot of stuff, and this is like one of the main kind of things that will drive me nuts. So I just I'm like, hey mom, why don't you take the girls to Disneyland?
Yeah.
But
I'll
we
just stay here.
we used to go before this whole stay at home thingy happened. We used to go every year around Halloween I used to take my wife for her birthday. We used to go to Universal Studios and Not Scary Farm because they put on this big Halloween production. And they have like a bunch of different haunted house things that you like. The whole park is turned into like a place, and they have a bunch of haunted houses in the place that you walk through. And we always got a kick out of them and that stuff, but we generally don't do like the theme park kind of things because of this kind of thing.
I can't even remember last time I went to a theme park, but I would not want to go to one nowadays.
Well, especially now, like you're outside and you have to wear a mask and.
And I don't think I could handle some idiot vlogger being an idiot.
Yeah. It would only take a second for somebody to start fucking lecturing me or cussing me out about something before I'd be going to jail. So.
Yeah.
Common courtesy, please and thank you have gone out the window. Sad times. I agree. This goes back to the whole driving thing. Goes back to just people in general. Everybody thinks they're the most important thing in the world now, and like holding. Well, and see, here's the thing. And now you don't even know if you hold the door for somebody, are they going to yell at you for holding the door for somebody? Like they can't open the door. You know, you never know what people's reactions are going to be nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be
like, you don't think I could open that door? Like, well, now it's
used to be nice. People, even if they were perturbed, they would give you the benefit of doubt that you weren't trying to be a dick about something. But now with everybody's pronouns, or you don't know who's what, or you know, it's like. Like I still do it because it's ingrained into me, but I watch people's reactions. A lot of people just walk through, don't even acknowledge that you held the door open for them or anything. But it's just like whatever. It's like I don't do it because I'm expecting a thank you. I do it because I was raised with manners and respect for people. Yep. And so whatever people's reactions are, I just like whatever.
Yeah,
just silly.
I remember like I was so well mannered. Like when I was in school, when we were leaving the classroom. If I was quite near the door and I opened it first, I'd literally just hold the door open and just let everyone file through, and then I'd go. I'd get a few thank yous along the way, but most of the people didn't say anything. But like, nowadays, like, I mean, like, there's been a few occasions where I've held the door open, the people just walk through and not said anything, and you kind of say to yourself, like, a thank you would be nice, like, come on,
I've actually had people before wait tell you to go through. Wait till the door shuts and then open it themselves. I was like, okay,
right,
whatever. I was like, wow. But I was like, okay.
That's next level politeness,
That's the next level.
You go through, close the door, then they can carry on. All right. Oh, Disney Channel really sucks now. I miss old Disney when they actually had good quality shows, movies, talented actors. True. Very true. Back in my day with Disney Channel when I was a kid, great. Always had great programs, really engaging, everything. Nowadays, I looked on it like not long ago and it was just shocking. What's on there now?
and that really, because my wife and the twins love Disney, and it just drives me crazy, dude. Just I'm like,
yeah. I mean, yeah. I used to
I
like
would
Disney
want
back
nothing
when I was a
better to
kid.
be
Now
banned
I
from
can't.
Disney. I would love nothing better than to just be banned from everything Disney.
Yeah.
Would just
Yeah.
fucking.
Nowadays, I can't stand Disney. Like, I'm too old for it now, so it's beyond me.
Well,
But as a
even
kid,
the
I
Star
can
Wars
appreciate it.
stuff, like. Never mind. We ain't getting into any of that anyway.
Yeah.
This
We could
video will
tangent
be
for a while,
this
but it's
video
alright.
will be 2 hours long if we start going down that rabbit hole. All right, last one. Let's see. And finally, social media. When it started, or even as far back as 2012, 2017, it was fun. Just a platform to post silly, goofy pictures and stay in touch with people until the rise of influence, content creators, and whatnot. Now it's just filtered, carefully curated, negative, toxic wasteland.
Yeah, I hate that word, influencer. Drives me nuts.
Well, the problem is people listen to those people. Right? I mean, that's what the real problem is. I don't have a problem with you wanting to make a video or you want to do something silly but when you like are breaking the law to do something dumb or you're putting other people in danger to do something dumb, that's where I kind of get a little bit. But the problem is there's stupid people that listen to these people. Yeah, and that's where the real problem lies. Is you have the stupid leading the stupider. More stupid? No, I sound stupider. Anyway,
but no,
don't listen to me. I never told anybody how to live or anything, so definitely don't listen to what I'm saying.
And I'm not having anything against like influencers who do good stuff and that. Like, what I don't like is that when people who shouldn't really be influencing people have been given this title of an influencer because they're popular or they have a lot of people watching their stuff, so then they start saying and doing stupid things and then people follow suit because they think that's the right thing to do, and that's what gets me when they're throwing around titles that shouldn't really be thrown around to people. That's where I'm a bit like, oh, just
but it's like
it shouldn't really be that.
It's like the Jake Paul or what?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it Jake Paul or is it, I don't know. Whatever one it is, one of the Pauls.
Oh, Logan Paul's the worst of the two. Well, okay. I don't know. They're both equally bad.
Whatever those two are, became famous for being completely retarded, right? Yep. And just jackasses. But that's the problem. Is everybody like, well, if these jackasses became famous, then I can out jackass them and become famous. Yeah, right. That's like the thing, and that's I don't know. But
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, that was the things that were better before. Do you have any of your own?
Yeah, definitely would be cool to know.
Do you have any of your own? Oh, Hardcase, have any of your own?
Oh, me. Oh, right. I was talking about my audience. Me. Oh, that's a good question.
I think toys.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, toys. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I remember toys back in my day. It was awesome going there and like seeing all the crazy different things. Like,
well, even how they're made, like toys, the old metal Hot Wheels that you could like throw off the roof and shit would just be fine. And the GI Joes, even though that stupid rubber band in the middle would wear out, and then you'd have half a GI Joe and.
Oh, we didn't really have GI Joe here. We had. Brace yourself. He was Action Man.
You didn't have GI Joes in really?
Not really. Not
that was just an American thing.
It, or I think it's pretty much an American thing.
What about did you have Transformers?
I never. They were around, but they started coming around around. I don't really remember them that much. Like I remember, I used to. I mainly had Hot Wheels.
What year were you 10 years old?
When I was 10 years old, I was
born
89, so.
Okay, so you were 99. So you might have been past.
99, yeah.
You might have been past the GI Joe era then.
I was in that realm of where toys were good, and they were on the transition of getting worse and more flimsy and more breaky and more weird and wonderful kind of era, and also I was in that era where consoles and gaming was on the rise, and so it was that took over after I got to a certain age. So yeah.
For me, it's definitely
one thing
toys,
I miss is going
though.
to Toys R Us. That was
I
my
agree. So
childhood.
you had Toys R Us there too?
Yeah, we had Toys R Us. Yeah, definitely.
All right. So I didn't know that was I thought that was like an American store, but that's cool that.
I mean, they may have had G.I. Joe. I don't know. I can't like.
But like I said, that was more.
Well, when I think of like an action figure guy, like the thing that comes to my mind is literally we had one just called Action Man.
And I don't remember Action Man.
Yeah. I mean, originality name. It's great.
But I used to love going to Toys R Us, and in fact, when we had the twins, dude, we went to Toys R Us, and I was like, this place sucks, man. It was like I remember I felt like I would go in and I'd run into the store and like I'd get lost there. There's so much stuff, and I was walking around with the girls and I was like, wow, this is just small. There's like nothing here. I was like, okay. I was like, these plastic toys suck. But I don't know. Is there definitely for me cars, but that one we covered.
Yeah. There's definitely a few that I would have thought of that we covered for sure.
I kind of want to say like food and barbecues, but I don't know if that was maybe just because we had limited choices back then. It just felt different.
True, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, like it's a lot of people like. I think overlook how far we've come in such a short period for everything, like maybe technology or whatever we do, like we've advanced in our way of doing things. So.
I know one, clothes.
Oh yeah, clothes, yeah.
Clothes used to last forever and you would get generational pass-me-downs.
Yeah.
Now, like, they just wear out just by washing them, like...
Yeah.
I had a pair of shorts the other day I went to put on and, like, it just literally fell apart. And I was like... I was like,
well,
okay.
Can't wear those anymore.
Can't wear those anymore. I was like, damn. So
I know the amount of graphic T-shirts I've had that I've... Like after a few washes, the design's either getting peeled off because it wasn't stuck properly because it was cheaply made, or it's just like disintegrating itself and like it then becomes an unreadable blobby mess. And you're like, well, there's no really point in wearing this now.
Yeah.
So
do me a favor and subscribe. Hit that like button.
Why not?
And then in the comments, what's one or two things that were definitely better back in the day that we didn't cover or we didn't think of, or what one was your favorite thing back in the day that sucks now?
Indeed.
All right, with that, we are out of here.
Don't be too worried the fact that I keep going green on the screen. I have noticed it. It's just my camera being silly. So don't worry.
And he's gonna fix that eventually, but that takes some time.
Eventually, yeah. Sometime 2025, something like that.
Whenever he gets around to it.
Yeah.
All right, leave a comment down below. What was your what thing was better for you that sucks now? And we will catch you later. Much love all. We're out.